Hi guys, Christina here from bblogs.com. Today I want to share with you some photographs that I took in Qatar. I visited my brother last year and he was there on an assignment. He took me out for a desert excursion and one of his friends was gorgeous, so we planned a photo shoot, of course. So what we did is we took just 3 outfits. One of them was a boudoir outfit and we roamed the desert. We played so much. We got on camels, we raced. Oh my god, it was a blast. Anyway, so I have some photographs for you guys that I hope you like. And I'm gonna add all the technical information in there as well. If you have any question, let me know. One of the things I want to mention is that the sky, as you can see in the video, is very uninteresting. So I ended up adding dramatic sky in post-production. You can totally do this yourself. You can shoot the sky. If you live somewhere like Arizona where it's always an interesting sunset, you can shoot the sky yourself, or you can buy stock footage or stock photos somewhere. If you need help, let me know. I'd love to help you finding the right resources for your photos. Anyways, I'm going to share everything with you. This is what we did, and those are my tips on not how to get really screwed with the sand, because it's kind of like a mess if you don't know what you do around cameras and sand, and you make one wrong move, you're done. You definitely need someone to help you. I did not take any lights with me. I only had the reflector. I used it most of the photo shoot, but I also didn't use it for one of the photographs. So, yalla, let's take this together and stay tuned for the next video. Alona, the model for this photo shoot, is an acrobat. She is one of the most flexible people that I've ever met in my life. However, this photo shoot, unfortunately, it does not reflect how flexible and gorgeous she is when she is in the air or doing her silks or being a contortionist or acrobat. She does a fantastic routine. I hope you guys get to see one of her shows one time. As you can tell here, the sky isn't interesting at all. We ended up replacing the sky, and from this pose I actually wanted something flying above her, but I ended up putting this piece of fabric in the bottom of the dress later on. We didn't use those photos from this set. We ended up using another color dress with the flying shawl or scarf. One of the things I want to mention here, I cannot tell you how fortunate I am to have my friends, my brother's friends helping us, because they held the reflector, they helped with cleaning us up, they helped with keeping things organized. They were giving her compliments right and left. She was feeling good. She's not a professional model. Although she is an acrobat, she's not used to being in front of a professional photographer, from what I understood. Our moves were on the go. We did not plan any of this beforehand. We just went and played a little bit before the photo shoot. We had lunch, and on our way back we stopped and we're like, okay, it's sunset, let's do this, guys. I didn't want a straight sunlight on her, so the sun is coming from the right. I had our friend hold the reflector straight onto her face, because the most needed area to be lit was her face, because I loved the backlit art or shawl in there. As you can see, we did multiple poses. I tried to do dreamy poses. Can you see the reflector right on her face? It's pretty obvious also how I direct her to put her face so it's not like crooked or kind of like odd. You guys gotta play with your model, especially when you are doing something new. I have never shot in a desert before, so this was my first. Put your foot down, Alona. That was a one acrobat kind of move. Obviously, we didn't use this photograph because the foot kind of like standing in a very awkward position. It's like ooh, this one, yeah. I think this was the winning shot. I wish the dress was a little bit less flowy in this wind. It was pretty windy, as you can tell. The wind was in our hair, in our equipment, in our face. The way I lit her in here, I had the sunlight light her and then a reflector right on her face. And for the second set, we had the green dress, almost the same area. We just went a bit to the left, and that was a whole new backdrop because of the water behind her. It looked a bit different on the left, so we went literally 10 feet to the left. And here, this was a little bit faster than we had earlier. I gotta tell you guys, Qatar is a desert. It's a peninsula, an extension to Arab Al Khali, which is called the empty quarter desert, extending from Saudi Arabia. Most of it is desert, and when you think desert, you think like boring, nothing. No, it is gorgeous. I love Qatar. I love the people, how hospitable they are, how much they consider tourists as guests, and I felt welcome and safe everywhere I went, even when I went by myself. So during this photo shoot, as you can see the reflector, I wanted a little bit of shape for the light on her face, and I ended up replacing the sky. And then we played a little bit with the dress. She was fantastic, man. She was a trooper. The sand was everywhere in our lips, in our eyes. I do not miss the wind in the desert. And we ended up replacing the sky for these photos as well. As you can tell, it's pretty boring, kind of like overexposed. It looks overcast, but it wasn't. So anyways, for this set, this was my favorite photograph from the whole set. I ended up letting go the reflector and using the sunlight only and having her play a little bit. I think this worked really well. When the sun went down further, we shot for about 20 minutes, so it wasn't a long photo shoot, but I think we are pretty fortunate. And by fortunate means opportunity meeting preparation, right? That's what fortune is. We were pretty fortunate that we were able to get those photos on such a limited time, and we were not there to shoot, we were there to play. I mean, they're friends. I replaced the sky, and it worked really well on the water because it reflected on the water really well behind her. So this is what we have got from this dress. We ended up playing a little bit more, and then ended up putting her hand up. You're gonna love this set because I ended up bringing a silk scarf or a scarf in post-processing and added it to this photograph and make it look like she was holding a scarf. This dress was a gorgeous dress, however it had the inner piece which was a little bit thicker and it wasn't flying, that like the top piece. So I didn't have hair and makeup with us, so we just like winged everything ourselves. That piece of dress was really bothering me, but we ended up sticking it to her inner clothing. It worked out. Some of these things you guys are gonna go through during a photo shoot. Had our friends here. With this one we used the reflector, and he literally just like flew the dress, or like let go the dress going up, and then I put a scarf in her hand and added a very dramatic sky, and this was our gorgeous photo shoot. I want to paint this photograph. It's one of my favorite also because of her pose, of the poise and finesse in her pose. I want to paint this one. As you know, I do digital painting and make any photograph look like a watercolor painting or a canvas painting, which is not a filter in Photoshop, it's actual brush by brush painting. Anyways, moving on, this is our boudoir set. She's not used to posing in her underwear. She played along and we ended up using this fur. If you are pro PETA, excuse me, don't hate me, don't throw paint on my fur. Anyways, we brought this fur for this purpose, and I think it worked well with this photograph. I love the monochromatic tones that connected her outfit to the skies that we picked for this post-production. for this last photo, I gave her a power pose, chin down a little bit, chin down, chin down, chin down, Alona, chin down. Okay, move your hip to the right, chin down, point, yeah. Look here, point your toes, and she brought her chin forward a bit. I use totally no reflector whatsoever in here. With what she's wearing, with the confidence that she had, she really aced this photo shoot. I gotta tell you, she did most of the work. I did some of the directing, but she is an amazing woman and I love photographing her, and I'm looking forward to photograph her again once I'm back to the Middle East. So you guys, if you have any question about these photographs or how I did anything, for this photograph I went a little bit down to elongate her legs. When you have a model that's standing up, it's always good to elongate her legs. Even if she was tall, just go a bit down, and that will give the illusion of longer legs, and it works for every model that I worked with. So here we go. If you have any question, let me know. If not, I will see you in the next video.